Hey guys, what's going on? We're back with another trade video. Today I'll be going over my trade recap. And some names: AT&T, Citigroup, Apple, Tesla, and another company I'm not too familiar with, but I saw some flow in it. And we're also going to be going over how exactly to use flow or orders that are coming to the market, how to use that to your advantage so you can make money in the market, and it makes it way easier. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. So today I actually traded, first trade of the day was AT&T at 9:38 a.m. and I'm actually going to show you some of the flow that I followed into this name. Just give me 1 second. There we go. And the flow that I actually followed in was 9:38. So it's right here. So it's like after these two names I saw, this put kind of came in a little bit afterwards. It kind of worried me, but it was only one. And so these are the two orders I saw that maybe kind of follow into it. I really like getting into stocks. This is about 5 or so minutes after the market opens, and once those orders start coming in, because it's just way easier to get out earlier. And those names are the ones that usually run up throughout the whole day. This one kind of stays stagnant, as you can see. There wasn't too much flow in this name. I mean, I don't know why exactly, but it wasn't much, flow in it. So the stock kind of like, it was pretty stagnant for the most part. So I'm actually still holding this name. I didn't buy this week's expiration because it would have expired today and I lost money. So I bought next week's expiry, and I might roll those out to the next week depending on how much money it makes next week. So that's my first trade. I believe I'm up like 60 bucks in that. Nothing too crazy at all, but I just want to hold on to it and see what it does next week. They're buying next week expirations anyways right here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and see how it reacts next week. My next trade was Citi. So I was able to close the trade for profit. I got in at 66 cents or $66 per contract. I had 10 contracts and I sold for 95 cents. I was in this trade at 9:38 a.m. and I was out at 10:35. So just about an hour into this trade, which makes my life and my job really easy. And let me pull up some flow in this name so you can see. And it was right around here, kind of almost like it looks just like AT&T, the last stock I just showed you. But with this one, so I like to see like the purple and the lit up flow coming in, because this is just like there's more bigger orders I pay attention to, me personally. So I saw these two orders coming down here, and I wasn't too sure about it. Then once I saw a lot of purple with this order right here for 27,000, that's exactly when I hopped in. So I hopped in right here, and then I sold about just after this last one called right here, and it actually still was shooting up after that. But sometimes I like to be in and out with the stocks, and that's just how I like to trade. So right now I'm going to go ahead and show you the chart again. So I was in at 9:38. And let me pull up the chart in this one. So in at 9:38 and out at 10:35. So right about, why is it not showing me my time? What it is? Right about here. Let me see, can I zoom out a bit? Let me, yes, sweet. And let me go ahead and add a text note to this so you guys can actually see my exact entry and exit. So right about here, entry, and I was out at 10:35, I believe. So right up here, exit. Sweet. So this is my entry exit, guys. So I was in at 9:38 and I was out at 10:35. And this one did run a lot higher. I actually kind of got greedy on this one, but not too greedy, It went up a couple more $100, and I thought it was going to keep going up because it was a decent amount of flow going into it. But it shot back down. Once it came back down to a certain amount, I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and sell. I really don't want to deal with it that much. So I just went ahead and sold it. 66 cents to 95, not bad. You can't be mad at a profit now. And I had 10 contracts of that one. And on to the next one. So I also did play Apple. Apple was really tricky today. I couldn't show you the chart, but it just didn't work out for me today, guys. I mean, I was down way more than $300. And this one, so I like to dip buy a lot. If I do buy a certain stock and it's not a APL. Sorry, it's been a long day. But I like to get in and out of there, and sometimes I like to dip buy, but this one really didn't work out for me. Do I have notes on when I just came in this one? No, I just don't leave it at that. That was a $300 loss. I just don't want to talk about that one that much. But, you know, this is the chart from Apple today. You know, it wasn't even steadily kind of going up. It was, but it was dipping down so much you would kind of get scared. I think I had bought in earlier in that morning too. So I probably bought in like at a high. So like say I probably bought, it's around this time, around 9:50ish. And then it had dipped back down. It kind of went back up. And this was doing all day long, you know, just dipping down, going back up, dipping down and coming back up. But it was really, really, you know, deep dips. I mean, look at this one. This one touched what, the 316.61 level. So I mean, it just, Apple doesn't work out. Sometimes it works out for you, and sometimes it doesn't, and that's life. So we're gonna move on from that one. And next was my Tesla trade. So with my Tesla trade, I got in at an average of $1.52. This one I actually did buy a lot on this one because it was so sporadic and chaotic what it was doing during the day. I need to pull up the chart in this one so you can see exactly what it was doing. And this is the Tesla chart right here. Yep, and that's that. So let's see. In Tesla, my first, sorry guys, look at my entries and exits. My first order was at 11:53. Okay, so I first got in at 11:53. Right up here. Let me mark these perfectly for you. Entry. So this is when I got in Tesla, and I was dip buying all day long. So I got in Tesla at 11:53, and then I bought more at 11:58. So we go to 11:58. It dropped down exactly. So it dropped down back here. I'm just gonna hit bought more. And this is me dip buying, guys. So I was seeing a lot of Tesla flow come into the market. I'm going to pull up the flow right now for you. This is all the flow in Tesla today, guys, which was a lot. And my first trade I said 11:53, so it's right about here. I had got in, and look at all this flow that was still coming in. But right after I got in, if you remember the chart, it dropped right back down. So I bought more down here at 11:58, and then I bought more at 12:22. So we find 12:22. I know it's gonna be down here somewhere. I think it literally might be. Yeah, right here. I bought even more. So think about this. I started losing a little bit more money on this dip, and the reason why is because decay is also affecting the stock options premium. So Tesla is so expensive. I'm really not able to trade Tesla that much unless it's, you know, an expiration that's expiring that day. So these were, you know, worth like $1 or something, kind of out of the money a little bit, but still pretty active where you can trade them and make some money in them. So I bought more down here, and so that's 11:52. Let's see, entry, third. Okay, cool. And then my exit was at 12:32. So we find 12:32, and it actually ran up even some more after this. Perfect. Exit. So this is where I exited my trade at 12:32. And you know, I mean, that's a pretty good trade for me. I mean, it wasn't that much different than when I first got in. But the thing is, on my first trade in Tesla, I had bought 9 shares, and then I did bought again. I did bought again for 5 shares, and then I did bought again for 11 shares down here. So the thing is, yeah, I was kind of capped off at the first point right here. Not even capped off. It was a certain level where I was going to make that much money between this entry and this exit over here. But because I had dip bought down here, I was getting, you know, the spread in between being at this level and selling at the level up here, which I marked as my exit. So that's how I was able to come out pretty well on that. And I was able to make about $1,600 on that trade. So it worked out well. You know, I mean, it did shoot up a little bit more after that. I mean, and I was, you know, after I sell my stock, I really don't like to look at them anymore, just because, you know, I'm done trading it. I don't want any FOMO or anything. But I did go back and look at Tesla, and, you know, let's see, I exited at $821, and it shot back all the way up to $834. But the reason I'm not mad about that is because, like I said, I did have the weekly option, and the decay would have killed me on that one. So I would have came out probably just breaking even, you know, if that, because those options were expiring that day. So that was my Tesla trade, you know, kind of knocked out the park. That was a $1,600 trade. It kind of made up for that Apple loss I had and all the kind of little small gainers, other stocks that I had. And next was NTNX. Let me pull this chart up on here so I can. NX. Sweet. And then I'm gonna pull it up. Oh, it's already up right here. Oh yeah, okay, that's one too. Sweet. So this is ATNX trade. I saw some flow coming into this name. And we can actually find it in TNX. So let me pull that up, and then I need to look at my notes and see when exactly I got in. So this is another one that I was dip buying in, guys. My first time I was in NTNX, and actually I broke even on this trade too. I didn't even make any money at all. Just got back even. It was kind of all over the place, so I'm not gonna get too deep into it. There was a lot of call activity in it, and let's see exactly. So the first time I got into NTNX was at 952. So right about here. Sweet. So right kind of on a pump actually. And sometimes I have a really bad habit of getting it at the highs, but I'm trying to work on that. Just, you know, kind of being a little patient, see what the stock does. So that's when I got in at NTNX, and then I bought 5 more at 1004. So it must have been like down here. And bought more. Okay, guys, yeah. Alright, now I know what happened. I feel like LeBron James when they asked him about play-by-play about what exactly happened in the game. This is what happened this one. This stock wasn't going anywhere. The premium, I mean, it was there and it was a set, and the spread was so big that I wasn't making that much money on this. Yeah, there was a lot of flow in it, and then, you know, it was going up and down a little bit here and there, but the spread was just so big, and the underlying price, like the premium of the stock option, just wasn't moving at all. You know, and if that's happening, and the stock was moving up, of course, but I just couldn't. You know, it's nothing I really can do about it. So, you know, I had bought. You know, I bought in right here. Then I had bought some more. Then I bought more again. I believe another time. Actually, no, this is the only time I bought some more, and then I ended up selling at 11.49. So I can go ahead and mark that for you, 11.49, and that's even up here. Yeah, I exited the trade up here, and I still like barely made money. I think I came out like $2 or something, like something minuscule like that. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes you know, the stock options you buy just isn't that, you know, the volume isn't that lucrative, not that much volume in it, and or just sometimes it just doesn't move, you know. So I wasn't too mad about this. The reason why I did want to get rid of the stock is because I believe that, yep, was I in the weekly for this one? Just check. I wasn't in the weekly. I mean, I was in the weekly option for this one, but they weren't expiring this Friday. They were expiring next Friday. But even then, they still weren't moving that much. So, you know, I only like to manage around three stocks per, you know, per day that I'm managing at one time. Only 3, because after that, kind of gets overwhelming for me. And at this time, I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and get rid of this stock so I can focus on all the other ones. And that's exactly what I did, you know. So I was able to focus on, you know, the Citigroup, the AT&T, and the Tesla also. So those are those trades. So guys, so this is the second half of the video where I'm going to go over how to use the flow to trade, also the Tesla example, and dip buying, and how to read the flow, and also fake outs, which happens a lot. So let's go ahead and pull up Tesla, because I feel like that's the best example for this one. Okay, so we can pull up Tesla, zoom in for you guys, and I need to zoom in a little bit more so you can see exactly what I was seeing. Entry, okay, sweet. So that's that, and then I need to pull up the flow in Tesla so you guys can see what I was looking at also in this. Okay, and first, oh, actually I don't need that. I can just look at this. 11.58. So 11.58 was my first trade in this. And okay, let's get started. Alright, so 11.58 is my first trade in Tesla, or my first time I had bought the shares in it. And here's the flow. So it was right around here, guys. Right around this time right here that I was buying in. And right after I bought in, the stock actually had dropped down. But the thing about it is, since I did see the stock, since I did see it drop down, but I saw a flow still getting pumped into the stock, I knew that this was just, a little sell-off, maybe some people taking profits, or even potentially a fake out. So that's why I bought more in the stock. These are two big red candles. Most people would be afraid, and that's the thing. Most people were probably shaken out right here because they saw the drop off, might not have known what was going on. But since I do use Blackbox and I can see the market orders going into the stock, I was able to see that people are still buying calls in this. And the thing about Blackbox, it lets you know if people are paying, the ask price for the stock option, or they're paying above the ask. So people were so anxious and need to get into the stock so fast, they were willing to actually pay more than what it was worth. So all these AA is above ask. So once I was seeing that, I knew that, okay, I'm gonna be okay in here. It's all right. So, like I said, I bought right here. I bought more down here, even though it went down, and then it shot back up. So once I saw it shoot back up, I was still looking at all the flow, looking at all these call orders coming in, just thinking to myself, this is a lot of option flow. Like, this thing has to keep going up from here. And so I was pretty, certain it was going to still go up. And even it did, even though it did go up right here, it kind of, it's kind of leveled out a little bit and dropped back down to the same exact price that it was, or just a little bit more than the price it was when I bought previously before. So once it dropped back down to that level, I had an alert and I bought more contracts right here. So, by this time, I'm up another 15 contracts or so, and this thing is moving. And this is when it kind of started just to break out right here. So once it hit, about what, 7, 8 green candles in a row, I was like, all right, this is my time to go ahead and sell. And here was a candle that I sold on. It kind of got a little higher and then dropped back down. But at this time, I'm up. I think I hit a max of maybe $2,000 in profit on this one. But then once it came back down or so, it kind of leveled back up to $1,600, which isn't bad. But I didn't want to give all that money away. So that's exactly why I sold right here. And then, of course, once I sold, it kind of dropped off some more. So I'm thinking in my head, oh, okay, you did good. You beat the market. You called it top. But as soon as that one red candle, look, it just shot right back up after that to a high of 823. So I sold at 821 and jumped up another $2 more. So probably could have left I probably could have left out with maybe another $500-600 maybe, and profit I left on the table. But I'm not even mad at that. That's all in hindsight, so I can't be too mad at that. But that's just a trade on that. And so basically I went over the Tesla example and the dip buying in it. And the thing is, dip buying is kind of a more of an advanced technique when it comes to stocks. I wouldn't advise people really doing that often, because a lot of times they get burnt on it, so I might dip buy right down here in the chart. It just keeps going down, so I'll keep buying at the high when it keeps dropping below, thinking it's going to go back up, when really I should be buying put options instead of call options. So sometimes it messes me up, but this time it worked out perfectly, just because I had so much flow coming into the stock. I knew there was no way the stock could go down. And even with the little put orders that were coming in, here and there, I was, and these are probably people who were thinking that, oh, I got it, I'll call the top, it's going to go down, But that's one thing about Tesla, it was squeeze the shorts, and it squeezed the shorts out there. And even in after hours, you can see right in the after hours, it kept going up. Closed at what, 839 after hours. In regular market, it closed at 835. So another $4 more hit. It had went up, guys. So that's my example of that Tesla trade, and how to kind of look at the flow a little bit and just kind of see what's going on in the stock option. And actually, let me show you one more thing that I actually really like about this program, is that you can click on the date right here, so the expiration date. I'm gonna click on that, and you can see what people are paying for and how much is going up by. So actually, let's see, 65. This is a bad example. Let me click on the weeklies, the ones that I had traded. So it's the 529 calls. Okay, sweet. And this is all the flow in. So right here, you can see what people are paying for it. And then as it rises, you know that, okay, these things are getting way more expensive. And if I'm looking at this correctly, sorry to be all up in the camera, but if I'm looking at this correctly, the first trade came in at $4. $4 a contract, and it closed at $350 at $13 a contract, which is crazy, So that if you bought one, contract, that $400 got flipped to, $1,300. So that's one thing I do when I am reading the flow in the markets. I'm looking at orders that are coming in, and I can see it's above ask orders. But also more than that, I'm just looking to see if the premium is moving up, if the stock option moving up, you know. So this person, let's see, go find better example. Let's see, above ask. Okay, this is a perfect example right here. So at 3:30, you can see someone put an order in for 99 contracts at $11.30, right here. And then you can see, literally, guys, a couple seconds later, the stock option was worth $12. So it jumped up another 7 cents or so, $7 or so. 70 actually, excuse me, another 70 cents. Then jumped up to 12, being at $12. And this order right here was at 3:30. It was worth $12 a contract, and then so that's at 3:30. Now 3:50 is worth $13. So 20 minutes later is worth a whole nother $20 more a contract. And that's why I really love this thing about Blackbox. It really shows you the price they got in at, and you can see the flow going in and how how the stock option price is moving up, how it's getting more and more expensive, or doing down and losing its premium. And like I said, the AA is for above ask. You can see people were kind of anxious to get into this one. So this is kind of when this is right here is when the first orders start coming in. So people really need to hurry up and get in here. So when you hit that above ask, boom, it's going to fill immediately instead of waiting around, see if you can get the best bang for your buck. But yeah, so that's a Tesla trade, guys, and so that's kind of like how I read the flow. Like I said, sometimes there are fake outs in the market, or where the market makers go ahead and shake people out, and they go ahead and they dip buy, or they buy at a cheaper price, and the next thing you know, the stock shoots back up. Or sometimes it could just be profit taking. People taking their profits, go ahead and getting out of the trade, and when people are selling, that's when the stock goes down. So that's my trade recap on today of how I came away with about $1,600 in profits, and how I use the flow in Blackbox to make money, guys. So but yeah, so this video is a little bit longer than I really wanted it to be, but I did want to go over how I use the flow in the market. I try to keep them kind of short because I know people's attention spans are small, and so are mine. But yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it that I had to go over today in today's trades in the market. My next video, I will be giving away. I know that not everyone can trade stock options. People have day jobs, and they're not able to sit around at the on their phone, and be able to trade. There's nothing wrong with having day jobs either. But I'm going to give away, or give a list of some stocks that I think are some good names you can invest in. Just buy stock in this, this is sit on. I'm a day trader for the most part, so I'm in and out of trades within a day, or I'm selling the next day, at the open. But so my next video will go over stocks you can invest in, and just leave more for the longer term and still get a decent return. So guys, make sure you come back to my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe too. That really helps out the algorithm. My channel is kind of gaining a little bit more momentum, so make sure you like and subscribe. Like I said, the stock video, my probably top 10 or so picks for some stocks for your portfolio will be out tomorrow, or I might record it right after this. And also, guys, I have the link to my free Discord group at the bottom, and the link in the description. Actually, you guys go ahead and join there, and I'm there trading every day with some other fellow traders in there, giving some pretty good knowledge and information about the market. And I'm there every day for about from about 9 a.m. to about 12 or 1ish. That's usually when I'm out of the market, and from then on I'm just kind of like checking in to see what's going on. But usually by then I'm out all my trades. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, make sure you like and subscribe, and see you next time.